Muy buenos días, good morning. Por parte de la Facultad de Artes y Ciencias, quiero darles la bienvenida a este simposio. On behalf of the College of Arts and Sciences, I want to welcome you all to this symposium. This is the 14th J. Paul Taylor Social Justice Symposium. As part of this symposium, we wish to honor J. Paul Taylor, and I'm going to introduce the committee that organized this, the 5 faculty members, and they have a little gift for J. Paul. Manal Hamzeh, Cynthia, get over here. Cynthia Bejarano, Larissa Lurie, Connie Voisin, and Anne Hubble. And I have the pleasure of saying that I've known all of these ladies for many years. They've done an excellent job in organizing this symposium. The idea is to stimulate your interest in a topic and show us how vital it is to our daily existence. And I thank them for that.
We're just going to take a moment to give Mr. Taylor presents he asked us to give. So they are the posters of this symposium, the posters of previous symposium that he doesn't have in his collection, hung on maybe one of the big walls in his house. So this is the wish of Mr. Taylor. We're bringing him back 4 previous symposium posters and this year's too. And thank you for everything you do for social justice, Mr. Taylor. We're off to a good start, so good morning and welcome again to all of you. I am Manal Hamzeh. I'm faculty in Gender and Sexuality Studies. So as the chair of the Symposium Planning Committee this year, I welcome you all, each one of you, to the 14th J. Paul Taylor Social Justice Symposium. Without the sponsorship and help of so many people, this symposium would not be possible. At this moment, I will only be thanking the main sponsors, and my colleagues will thank the rest of the people who helped us. I extend my thanks to Office of the Provost, the College of Arts and Sciences, International Border Programs, Creative Media Institute, as well as the departments of Theater, English, Interdisciplinary and Gender and Sexuality Studies, Criminal Justice, Government, Art, Languages and Linguistics, Communication Studies, and Anthropology. Thank you all so much. We are gathered today to learn and grapple with the meanings and questions about indivisible justice beyond walls and borders, the theme of this year's J. Paul Taylor Symposium. As a planning committee, our intention today is to open a collaborative learning space for all of us to expose the physical and subtle borders and walls of racism, colonialism, settler colonialism, and militarism surrounding NMSU and the communities we serve on this borderlands. And to also imagine a world with no walls and no borders. So to begin the next segment, or the first segment of the program, I invite to the stage Regents Professor, my colleague and sister, Dr. Cynthia Bejarano, member of the Planning Committee.
Buenos dias. Good morning. I have 2 tremendous honors this morning. One is to greet and recognize Margot Thomas, our keynote speaker. But before that, it is my greatest honor to ask Mr. Taylor, the Honorable J. Paul Taylor, to come forward to share with us a few words of inspiration. As the provost had indicated earlier, he truly is the epitome of what social justice represents for New Mexico for me, in my category. That's what I believe. I believe all of us feel that way as well. And everything he has done, he has been a pioneer, a leader in social justice work and social justice advocacy for so many marginalized populations in southern New Mexico. Please help me in welcoming the Honorable J. Paul Taylor.
Well, thank you all. And next year, when I'm 98, I hope I will not be using this instrument to get up. I just want to thank you all, thank the Planning Committee, and I want to thank the Tortugas Pueblo. I think it brought so much feeling to this whole group. And I've taught so many of those children, and I've always felt very close to them. So it really meant a lot personally to me, even though I wasn't involved in pulling together this group. And I understand one of the gentlemen is a lawyer from Albuquerque, and he came this far to help with this wonderful little ceremony. So really, I'm up here just to say thanks. But I've thought of the title of this symposium. And that title means so much to me, because if I could just go back just briefly from my stay here from 1938 to today when I'm standing here, and think of the progress which has been made in terms of invisible walls, but also the promise that we need to continue to make, because there are many walls to conquer. I can remember when the black students could not come to the regular sessions of this institution. They could only come during the summer. And finally, after the war, the black students could come, but they could not stay in the dormitories. And they asked me to find a place for them. Well, I did what everyone during that time would have done. I called Clara Bell Williams, who was the first black graduate of this institution, and for whom a building is named, for whom the university later gave a doctorate. So I called Miss Williams, and I said, Miss Williams, it's really very embarrassing for me to have to call you. She said, Paul, don't worry. Nothing embarrasses me anymore. I said, well, the purpose of the call is to help to see if you would find places for these black students to go. She said, that's no problem. I understand. I'll find a place for them. So we had that experience. And then I, as a student, found that Hispanic girls, much less black students, whom there were none, and the indigenous people were not invited to sororities. And so that was a blow to me. And I can tell you that the lady here on the right, his grandmother, Marion Hardman, along with a wonderful home economics teacher who belonged to a sorority, made those changes. Now that seemed not important to a lot of people, but it had been an invisible law to the Hispanic students and the indigenous people as well as the blacks. So there have been a lot of laws, and I'll be 98 in June, in August. And so I speak from experience, and I'm happy to say that now we have programs for these students, for the indigenous, for the Hispanics, for the blacks, and a building for the indigenous. And so some walls can be conquered. And so I'll leave with you the problems that you, your children, might face as they move through the world. It may be someone who needs to listen. It may mean someone who can do something about it through their own perseverance. So I'll leave that challenge with you. But for the provost, I do want to say that the university has made great strides. We only need to look for those invisible walls and try to climb them and go through them. I mentioned that Marion Hardman was one of those who broke many barriers, and she helped people move through those individual walls. And I am so proud to have at my side her granddaughter, Marion Hardman. Thank you very much.